once traveled freely throughout the land. Rain, snow, and sunlight touching my hand. I tilled the soil, grew corn in the fields, spoke to the wind and told her my dreams. When you first came to our home, we fed you and called you one of our own. You smiled from your right side, said we'd be friends, but from the left you planned out our end. Then you said we'd have to go off to some place that we didn't know. You baited and you hooked us like a fish from the sea, tried to bury our hearts that wounded knee. You sailed here for freedom, yes, that's what you said. The next thing we knew, our people were dead. You called us savage, unfit for time, so you murdered our babies, left their bodies behind. Some folks just think of their fortune and fame, with no thoughts for others they flush down the drain. Couldn't care less about those families deprived of their way of life and their right to survive. Then you said we'd have to go off to some place that we didn't know. Then you baited and you hooked us like a fish from the sea, tried to bury our hearts at wounded knee. The spirit lives on, though the body might die. You can still see my people when you look towards the sky. When time has torn your cities away, you'll first feel the pain of the Indian today. Then you said we'd have to go off to some place that we didn't know. Then you baited and you hooked us like a fish from the sea, couldn't bury our hearts at wounded knee. You didn't bury our hearts